Now, we're headed back to Hollywood. We got word of a possible closure of some police activity, kind of an iconic spot, Sunset Boulevard at Formosa. I'll check that for you. Real quick here, the rest of the taxi going towards 605 in pretty good shape. Even in South 605 now, but now from this weekend, well, it's okay. It's kind of slow when you get past that road down to the 5, but I think you'll be okay. Injured in an accident, visit Super One, Super Low all down. Just on.
LeBron James has been hit with a one-game suspension after giving the Pistons Isaiah Stewart a bloody eye and a battle over the ball. And Stewart pulled a two-game suspension for repeatedly trying to the Nashville Predators yesterday, 3-2. And Monday Night Football saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their quarterback, I forget his name, beat the New York Giants 30-10. I'm Ray Resnick, KFI Sports. If you are looking to get out of your house, it doesn't really matter the reason. Maybe you've inherited or a house and you don't know what to do. Well, I'll tell you what you usually do. Go ahead and list the house with a real estate agent. You get to pay 6% for that. And you paint, you clean, and you repair. And people go through your house, prospective buyers, if you have to be gone while that happens. Well, let me tell you about another way of doing it. A fair price without any of that happening. No buyer, no commission, no appraisal, none of that. And you get paid in cash, fast, within 10 days or less. That's directbuyers.com. Directbuyers.com will buy your house under those terms. Matt and Janet, the owners, brother and sister, we spent hours talking about their business model. I just like it. They give you an honest, no obligation offer up to $15,000 tax advance before closing, and they'll never, ever lowball you. And that is super important to me. Go to directbuyers.com, directbuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
Hi, we're Hogue. Meet Dr. Robert Lewis. He's a neurosurgeon at Pickup Family Neurosciences Institute who loves camping with his daughter. He is also a nationally recognized expert in minimally invasive brain tumor surgery at Hogue. Dr. Lewis would love to get to know you and is ready to make a positive difference in your family's life. Get to know Hogue. Visit hoguehealth.org and find your physician today.
Your KFI Financial Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is up 84, S&P up 6, NASDAQ down 5, and the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $4.71.
With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call.
Mostly cloudy today with highs mid-60s at the beaches, low to mid-70s inland. Temps will be the same tomorrow, but the wind's going to start to increase, then slightly warmer and very windy for Thanksgiving Day. Right now it's 59 in Brea, 56 in Laguna Beach, 58 in Baldwin Park, 49 in Santa Clarita. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
KFI AM 640 handle here. It is a Tuesday morning, November 23, as we continue on with the show. And some of the news that we are carrying. White House announced that Department of Energy will release 50 million barrels of oil from the nation's strategic petroleum reserve. That's all 3 days worth of oil that the country consumes. And we heard about LeBron James being suspended for one game because of his altercation with Detroit's Isaiah Stewart. And he has had to forfeit the pay for one game. One game forfeiture without pay. $245,000 per game is what he earned. Let's move to Sunday night in Milwaukee during that Christmas parade, or right outside of Milwaukee, Waukesha, Wisconsin. And Darrell Brooks, the man who's been arrested, 39 years old, is been charged with 5 counts of murder and then I don't know how many dozens attempted murder. 5 adults died in the attack. At least 48 people, including children, were injured, some critically. And here is what we know. First of all, This is a guy who has been in and out of the prison system since 1999, out of the justice system. He had been arrested time and time again ever since he was a teenager. He's 39 now. Accused of battery, domestic abuse, resisting the police. Earlier this month, he was charged with intentionally running over a woman with a maroon Ford Escape. That's important. And so with his record, his rap sheet is 50 pages. And after his arrest for intentionally running over a woman with his car, the prosecutors asked for $1,000 bail, which they now say, okay, that was inappropriately low bail, where somebody made a mistake here. So by Sunday evening, as the Christmas parade was making its way through downtown, the police were actually going to the site of where he had been reported in an incident of domestic dispute involving a knife. They were on the way to that site because they were called. Domestic dispute, knife. So, it's a pretty serious thing. So as they're going there, he is already at the parade route, and a maroon Ford Escape topples barriers along the parade route, and you can see that. You have video of that. And it goes right into the parade, marching bands, including a troop of dancing grannies who were part of the parade, and he just didn't stop. One cop fired his gun, but quickly stopped because the cop was fearful of hitting someone in the crowd. Now, if you look at the video, and this is, I think I was looking at CNN as well as NBC News last night, they show the car moving towards a crowd, going down the parade route on the side, and going past the band, at a high rate of speed, and then plowing right into a group of people. They don't show the actual collision. We're not going to see that, because if you're talking about a vehicle that has done that much damage, has caused such injury, people you would see if the video were available to us, and I'm assuming it's somewhere on YouTube, because I'm sure it's been released, of people flying all over the place. You can probably see bodies that look like rag dolls being thrown, because this is a fairly high-speed collision. It's pretty horrific. And the point is with this, I think the point is, he is just a horrible, human, vile person. But it's the system that failed all of us. How does a guy like this, how is he out? How did he get $1,000 bail after being charged with running someone over? And at a hospital not far from the parade, off-duty doctors rushed to the emergency room. There were firefighters on the parade route that instantly started helping people. There were so many people injured, and the number of ambulances that showed up were not enough. And you had bystanders in the parade actually taking people to the emergency room. The mayor, Sean Riley, said that parade became a nightmare. And I'll tell you what you did see in the news is that the whole area is a crime scene. So along the sidewalk is the tape on both sides, police tape, that goes from light pole to light pole all the way down the street. And strewn throughout the area, baby strollers, those lawn chairs, beach chairs that people use when they're watching parades, which is common, coolers, just very, very rough to see that. And obviously, I don't think he's ever going to see the outside of a jail cell, but he should have been in prison by this point. The fact that he's out so much, I think, is a real stunning comment on certainly the legal system there in Wisconsin. Coming up, people in Minneapolis, instead of calling for the cops there's a move. Why don't we call on each other when there's a dispute? Let the community handle it. Not just professionals in the world of social work, but community members themselves. And I'll tell you about that program coming up. And then later on at 8 o'clock, Tech Tuesday with Rich Tomorrow, and of course Black Friday deal. So let's talk about that. This is KFI AM 640, Jennifer Jones Lee.
PG&E is expanding wildfire detection capabilities by using artificial intelligence within its camera network. Cops have shot and killed a man in West Covina. The shooting happened yesterday afternoon when the guy pulled out a gun while officers were chasing him. Police say he was a parolee wanted on an assault with a deadly weapons charge. He died at the scene. Italy's antitrust authority has fined tech giants Amazon and Apple more than $225 million for allegedly engaging in antitrust cooperation. We're taking a look at your ride with the KFI in the sky next.
Medicare annual enrollment is open once a year. For a couple months, and this is it. This is where people on Medicare can switch plans if it's not the right plan. And plans change every year, sometimes substantially. Also, people that are signing up for Medicare, you want to know that you're on the right plan and need some help dealing with it, because navigating Medicare can just be overwhelming. You really have to know your stuff. And this is where AGA, Medicare Options, comes in. The agents, experienced agents, will advise you step by step on a plan that fits your situation, your budget. Everybody's different. And the agents are local. They live and work right here in Southern California. You'll have one agent comparing most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. Plans that are accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost. So if you're interested in getting on or switching to the best plan out there, and it doesn't cost any money at all. As a matter of fact, that benefit review they offer is free. Call, set up that consultation, dial pound 250 on your cell, say My Medicare, pound 250 on the cell, say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareoptions.com.
Bags under your eyes? That's junk sleep. And Mattress Firm can help. Stop the Black Friday sale and save up to $500 on top-rated brands you'll love, like Sleepy's. Plus, pair the mattress of your dreams with a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase.
SoCal weather from KFI, mostly cloudy today, with highs mid-60s at the beaches to the low to mid-70s inland. This report is brought to you by Mattress Firm. We're watching your drive again on the, update on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, you betcha. Well put, Jen. Indeed, if you're just joining us now, a little bit of a problem trying to drive through parts of Hollywood. The intersection of Sunset Boulevard at Formosa, just a little bit west of La Brea, is shut down. We're looking at it right now. There's a lot of police down there. It's an ongoing investigation being handled by LAPD. Now, it's kind of easy to get around it if you know of the before time, but Fountain, Hollywood Boulevard, Santa Monica Boulevard, they'll all get you through. One more time, it's Sunset Boulevard, closed both sides at Formosa, which is just west of La Brea. Now, back to the freeways. The last report, we were over this. Boy, a bad problem in Diamond Bar. South 57 past Pathfinder. That's south of the 60. 2 right were blocked, 2 left open. Bad backup. West 60 to 71. South 57 to Temple. South Diamond Bar Boulevard will actually lead you through Diamond Bar into an on-ramp on the South 57 that's past the problem. Now, I know it's getting busy, but it's better than sitting on the freeway, that's for sure. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop Black Friday deals even earlier at Lowe's. Like your choice, Craftsman 20-volt Max Grill or Impact Driver Kit was $79, now $59. While supplies last. Valid through 11/24, U.S. only.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line's greatest deal ever is here. Book today and enjoy 70% off the second guest. Plus, receive 7 free offers, including free open bar, free specialty dining, free air for second guests, and much more. Up to $4,250 in value. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry, the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
If you're even thinking about renovating, you have to check out the Houzz website and app. That's Houzz. More than 65 million people are using Houzz because it's the best way to keep your project on budget. Why? When you hire a pro on Houzz, they can use Houzz tools to give you a detailed estimate and financial dashboard where you can see and approve any changes in real time. So for remodeling made easy, just go to Houzz. That's Houzz. And find a local pro to give you a great home and a great experience.
Invert your thinking with a free upgrade to the IQ8 microinverter, the world's only microinverter that provides instant energy backup during a power outage from Semper Solaris, your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Here's veteran, founder and owner, Kelly Shawhan.
In the military, when you give your word, it just is your word. Work hard and keep your word, and that's what we do every single day. Heard about Semper Solaris and found out that they were veterans, so I knew they were going to do the job right.
Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackouts. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper Solaris offers new heating and air conditioning systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. Call 877-211-5591. That's 877-211-5591. Or visit sempersolaris.com. IQ8 price the same as IQ7. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Some restrictions apply. New customers only. Call or see website for details. Expires 11/30/2021. CSW number 978152.
Attention savvy investors. Looking for predictable monthly cash flow? Want to reduce uncertainty? Hedge inflation and stock market risk with double-digit targeted returns? If you want the safety and security of a real estate investment, but without the hassles of being a landlord, you've probably heard of NRIA. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year, developing strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods based on supply-demand imbalance. They're a great fit for safety-oriented investors who want cash flow and diversification into carefully chosen real estate. Learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
November is a great time to reconnect with family and friends. It's also a great time to put a new BMW on the top of your holiday list. I'm Danny McKenna, South Bay BMW. Everyone knows that cars are in short supply, but having 2 local dealerships means we have twice the inventory to choose from. And with incredible special lease offers from BMW Financial Services, it's time to stop dreaming and start driving. Visit southbaybmw.com for details, give us a call, or swing by the dealership just off the 405 in Torrance. South Bay BMW, where we make BMW wishes come true. Have a safe and happy holiday.
As parents, we've done everything we can to keep our kids safe, happy, and healthy during this pandemic. From finding the best face masks to making sure their hands are clean. And now we have the best tool to help keep them even safer. The most important thing we can do is vaccinate our kids to protect them against COVID-19. Vaccines have been proven safe and effective for children 5 and up. Talk to your child's doctor or visit myturn.ca.gov to find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Do we have to constantly house in some way?
Provide a shelter bed or a tent.
To every person from out of state, out of town who wanders here because the word has been out that we will put up with anything.
John and Ken.
And that's what attracts these guys to come.
Weekdays at 2 on KFI.
KFI AM 640 Handle here. It is a Tuesday morning, November 23rd. The man who killed or plowed into that Christmas parade had been in and out of jail and had, matter of fact, he was leaving the scene of a domestic dispute. The police were on their way to that scene as he went to the parade and mowed down all those people. And also, the White House announced the Department of Energy is releasing 50 million barrels of oil from the nation's strategic petroleum reserve, and 50 million is basically 3 days worth of oil that we use in this country. So, I don't know what that's going to do. In light of the police murder of George Floyd, obviously the city of St. Paul reacted because it was right there. And what ended up happening is you had community groups. And last year, literally, buildings were burning during the demonstration regarding the murder of George Floyd. And out of that came a few organizations. One of them I want to share with you because this is community policing, but taken to a level that we have not seen before. Now, usually community members, especially those that say what we ought to do is spend more social worker time. Social services should be involved in dealing with domestic disputes and dealing with de-escalation, etc. And in some cases, go instead of the police. In some cases, go with the police. Well, this one says we're never going to have anything to do with the police. It's called Relationships Evolving Possibilities REP. And it's a black organization, and it organizes communities to resolve conflicts and help each other. Communities, not organizations per se, but loose communities. And they're saying it's going to make police intervention obsolete and unnecessary. And it's going on right now. So instead of relying on the cops, what REP does is push a vision of public safety where community members solve their own problems with each other by showing up. It's kind of loose, is what it is. And part of the program, REP teaches these pods, these groups of people, sort of loose groups of people, how to de-escalate situations, provide peer-to-peer mental health support, and practice other forms of what they call transformative justice. By the way, that's code for no police. And in June of 2021, REP rolled out a hotline called Revolutionary Emergency Partners. Boy, that sounds a little bit out there, doesn't it? And it responds to non-violent emergency calls. It gets grants, it gets donations, it trains volunteers to handle things like noise complaints, mental health crises, neighbor disputes, referring people to other community services. And their goal, incidentally, is to respond to calls dealing with domestic abuse, medical crisis, anything involving active violence without the police. The philosophy is we will de-escalate because the real villains here are the cops. And that is a rather interesting concept because the argument is what is the duty of the police? I have no problem with police being trained in de-escalation. No question about it. I have no problem with social workers being assigned to police stations and going out with the cops, certainly not to burglaries or report of an armed person walking around and shooting up the place. No, but we're talking about domestic violence, which is one of the most dangerous things you can imagine. Matter of fact, Brooks, the guy who just mowed down those people, was coming from a domestic violence incident. And this group is very different. You know, there are anti-violence groups, but this group specifically, REP, avoids any collaboration with police or government agencies, which is very different than other organizations. This is the one, I would argue the word radical, big time. And what it does, the basis is looking at violence, crime, as a public health issue. This is crazy making. There's no such thing as a criminal. It's someone who society has turned into a quasi-criminal, because we really don't have criminals. We only have good people turning bad because of societal pressures and racism and disenfranchisement and being part of a community that views itself as having no hope. So that's really the issue. It's American society, not the cops. But here's the problem. Let's define what is violence. What is violence? Right? During last year's demonstrations, a lot of state-funded violence interrupter groups didn't even attempt to stop the police from using tear gas or performing arrests. Because what do? Do you not send the police out? Let me ask you this. Let's say you have a demonstration, which is a peaceful demonstration, and then you have a few cockroaches within that organization using the demonstration, not within the organization, within the crowd that's out demonstrating, using the demonstration as a cover for looting and arson and throwing bottles at the police. Do you go and de-escalate there? Don't throw bottles. Don't torch that car. Let's sit down and talk about it. And I mean, these are real groups. And that's the discussion going on. Let me give you the good news, the other side, is a lot of communities realize that this whole defunding is just a crock. The L.A., we had the mayor, we had the city council talking about defunding the police. Oh, yeah, because the police are horrible, police are terrible, because you had the George Floyd incident, you had others, Eric Garner, where police, and we're talking about nationally, right? These stories are in various places in the country. But somehow it's all conflated where police across the board and every cop is bad. And therefore we want to take away money from police departments. That's all changing completely. Crime is just exploding around the country. And we all realize that, you know, when someone's coming to do you harm, you know what? I'd like the police there. I think that'd be a good idea. You know, screw this de-escalation business. I don't want to hear it. I want the police to throw handcuffs on you if you're doing something that endangers me. Oh no, we got to talk to them because these are good people. The society has turned. Yeah, good for you. Jennifer just gave me her response with a middle finger. Coming up, one of my favorite folk songs, Where Have All the Autos Gone? Where have all the autos gone? Remember that song?
No, I think I missed that one.
Yep. I'm going to do that story when we come back. KFI AM 640, let's check in with Jennifer.
Is there supposed to be a code of silence between us on the air? Where if I do stuff at you, you don't have to announce it on the air?
No,
Oh.
there is no code of silence.
God bless America. All right, here's what's happening in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The feds say a man from Santa Ana will plead guilty to aiming a laser beam at a sheriff's helicopter.
Federal prosecutors say Eric Suarez admitted to pointing a high-intensity green laser beam at an Orange County Sheriff's helicopter in April of 2020 from inside his parked car. The beam hit the aircraft 4 times and penetrated the cockpit, temporarily blinding the pilot and tactical officer. Prosecutors say just a few weeks prior, officers responded to a report of a green laser beam that originated from Suarez's backyard, which struck a helicopter 8 times. Suarez could be sentenced up to 5 years in prison. In 2015, he was convicted for aiming a laser beam at an occupied aircraft. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
News is brought to you by the Cunning Dental Group. LA County Sheriff Villanueva says homicides are up nearly 47% from this time last year, and removing law enforcement, as Handel was talking about, from trains and subways in the county is putting riders at risk. The sheriff said last week a subcommittee from Metro had suggested replacing all law enforcement with transit ambassadors.
The transit ambassadors, who are not law enforcement, will be the main source of providing an illusion of security. And I have to underline the term illusion.
A man was shot and killed Sunday afternoon while he waited for a train at the Willowbrook station. Surveillance video shows a man walked up and shot the other man once in the back of the head, killing him on the spot. A man from Kentucky who allegedly abducted his 3-year-old son and the boy's teenage cousin has been charged with kidnapping and sex assault. He appeared in a jail courthouse yesterday in Santa Ana. The man and 2 other kids were spotted at Dana Point last week after an Amber Alert had been issued for them in Tennessee. Critics say a new redistricting map from the Orange County Board of Supervisors will further disenfranchise communities of color.
3 of the 5 seats on the board are up for re-election next year. OC Civic Engagement Table's Jonathan Paik says the board is clearly incapable of drawing fair lines.
Orange County needs to be able to adopt a process that centers community voices first, independent of incumbent interests.
Supervisor Lisa Bartlett says supervisors are in the best position to meet the needs of their district.
They know what projects are going on in the various cities and communities of interest and keeping those together.
Bartlett says the map approved yesterday is the fairest way to keep most cities together while complying with the Voting Rights Act. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
And the Red Cross says nations around the world need to step up and deal with famine and other serious problems in Afghanistan. ABC's Inez de la Cuchera says top Red Cross official Dominic Stillhart has released a statement saying the Afghan people are in a desperate spot.
Stillhart urging countries to engage with Afghanistan, writing, quote, "This is the only way to prevent a total collapse of essential services like healthcare and education. Political considerations should not interfere with humanitarian action."
Stillhart says the Red Cross is paying salaries and providing medical supplies to 18 medical facilities in Afghanistan to keep them open. We're taking a look at your ride now with Jeff Baugh, who is checking out the... Sorry, Jeff, I missed your tease.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the San Bernardino freeway that we're looking at, and good morning to you if you just joined us. It's kind of predictably slow, really. It's coming off Kellogg Hill. Slow approaching the 605, and then again it's slow through Rose Beach, but for morning drive standards, I think you should be able to stay on your schedule. It'll be okay. Want to give you another heads up about driving through Hollywood Sunset Boulevard at Formosa. That's a little bit west of La Brea. Still shut down in both directions now. Use Fountain, Hollywood Boulevard, Santa Monica Boulevard, they'll all get you through. That's a police investigation, going to be there for a while. Now, as I speak to you, we're flying east. We're over the 60 freeway, just coming up over Azusa. It's just plain slow over the 605, but we're headed back to a really bad problem. South 57, fast pass, finds a couple lanes blocked. Long delays for the 60 and the 57. Again, an update on that coming up. Don't go away. Interested in accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jump off. KFI in the sky.
LeBron James, who's already missed so many games this season, will miss another. He drew a one-game suspension from the league for recklessly striking Pistons center Isaiah Stewart, leaving Stewart with a bloody eye. But Stewart drew a two-game sit-out for relentlessly pursuing James after the incident. The Lakers will try to get above 500 when they play the Knicks today at 4:30. The Clippers get the Dallas Mavericks at 7:30. You can hear that live on AM 570 LA Sports. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Hey, Conway, you're talking about L.A. drinking water. They found arsenic levels 430 times what's considered safe. And San Diego's just as bad. Newport Beach, I hope you like drinking halocytic acid, because your drinking water has 254 times the safe amount. We all know tap water is awful. And you're drinking, showering, and bathing your kids in water with cancer-causing chemicals. I know we joke around on the air, but that's really serious. Do what I did, call Purigan Water. They've been in business for over 35 years. Purigan turns tap water into pure, delicious water, and it comes with a free 6-stage alkaline drink system. I know, holidays are here, money's tight, I get it. But if you call Purigan right now, they're going to install both systems with no money down and no payments for 3 months. Plus, lifetime service at no charge. Don't wait, unless you're trying to get rid of your in-laws. Otherwise, call Purigan, 844-80-WATER, 844-80-WATER, or PUR, again, water.com. That's PuriganWater.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. Mostly cloudy today with highs mid-60s at the beaches, low to mid-70s inland. Temperatures will be the same tomorrow, but the wind's going to start to pick up, and then slightly warmer and much more windy for Thanksgiving Day. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
The new normal means protecting yourself and others by getting a COVID test before and after travel, and when you may have been exposed. Even if you're vaccinated, you could still contract COVID, especially during these holiday and winter seasons. COVIDclinic.org offers rapid testing at locations throughout SoCal, with results usually within an hour. No cost to patient testing also available throughout all SoCal locations. Visit COVIDclinic.org to book an appointment near you. COVIDclinic.org.
Starting May 3rd, 2023, you may need a real ID to board domestic flights, and there's never been a better time to apply than right now. It's no secret, we're all ready to start traveling again. From family reunions to romantic vacations or a getaway with friends, Real ID is your ticket to fly. There's no need to wait. Visit CaliforniaRealID.org today to start the application and be ready to go wheels up whenever you want. DMV Online, ready when you are.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I am living in Lemoyne and taking Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Be informed. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
KFI, Smart & Final, and Barilla are teaming up for this year's Pastathon.
Donate right now at any Smart & Final location.
Details at pastathon.com. KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Kfi Am 640 handle here on a Tuesday, November 23rd. Quick word about Pastathon. It's our 11th annual Pastathon, helping Chef Bruno and Katerina's Club provide over 25,000 meals a week to kids in need. So donate at pastathon.com. 100% of your donation goes to Katerina's Club. You can stop in any Spartan Final store and donate $10 or more at checkout to provide 14 meals to kids. That's what $10 does. Of course, you can donate more, courtesy of Barilla Pasta, and you can donate pasta and sauce and drop it off at the Anaheim White House. It's a great place to have dinner, great place. They have great Christmas decorations going on. You can do that every day through December 4th from 8 to 3 p.m., 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., and you can find another pasta and sauce drop-off location. Just go to pastathon.com. Tim Conway broadcasting live Giving Tuesday, November 30th, and he'll be at the Anaheim White House broadcasting. And we'll have a virtual hour on Instagram Live helping Pastathon. Wednesday on the 1st, it's the wake-up call. Jennifer does it. And I do it Friday on the 3rd from 9 to 10 a.m. Okay. I sang you that song, which is one of my favorites. The great folk song, Where Have All the Autos Gone? Where have all the autos gone? Long time past. Well, okay, maybe it's not exactly Where Have All the Autos Gone. But I gotta tell you, it sure works. There ain't any cars out there. And here's a story I want to share with you. My lease is up next, I think January, end of January on my car. And I've taken the leasing cars because I'm crazy and I like a new car every 3 years. So I went to, and I decided I'm going to get an electric car this time around. We're really looking at electric cars as an alternative. I have a solar system at home and it just makes sense. So I go out to a Nissan dealership yesterday because Nissan, the reviews, a couple people told me that there's great reviews on a Nissan car. And I went out there and I go into the salespeople in the showroom, and of course someone jumps up and goes, "Hey, can I help you?" Sure. I'm looking for an electric car. We don't have it. What do you mean we don't have it? We're waiting for new models to come in March. Well, there's one over there on the showroom, and it has a sold sign on it because that was the last one. There are no cars. That's the problem. And it's all kinds of reasons when you think about it. The supply chain issue. Remember the issue with the computer chip? The biggest computer chip factory in Japan. That burnt down, and then with Taiwan and China, where a lot of them come from, China shut down, and the number of people buying cars has exploded. Consumers are loaded with cash, we've been home for 18 months, and out we go. So according to Edmunds, new auto inventory across California is down 75%. I mean, you can't get a car. And used cars are probably worth more than you paid for them new now. I mean, it is crazy. And COVID lockdowns in Vietnam and Malaysia, they produce parts for cars. It's completely crazy. Incidentally, even though U.S. sales have dropped, California has been hit the hardest with sales down, according to the California New Car Dealers Association. And I've never seen this. Usually, you have cars, all the cars you want, and of course, don't forget the rebates. Don't forget, we'll give you $1,000 or $5,000 off MSRP. We ignored MSRP. Well, guess what? They're ignoring MSRP again because you're paying more than MSRP. And there's certainly no deals out there. That's not happening. We've never had lack of cars like this. We've never had a dearth of cars that hit this level. And so what do you do? Oh, it'll turn around. I mean, there will be a time when, once again, we have deals, end-of-the-year sales, new models coming up, so the existing models have to be sold out, and you're not going to see that for a while.
And I don't know if I'm going to get my electric car or not. I mean, they're simply not in stock. I mean, the expensive ones are in stock because that's where they make all the money. So what you're going to find are the inexpensive cars, the lower-end models of car manufacturers. So the profit margins are low. You want a high-end pickup truck that costs you $70,000? That you can buy. You want a $100,000 Tesla? That you can buy. Car market is completely screwy. Okay, we'll come back. What is the hardest job that recruiters have?
Inside the vendors.
You've heard of recruiters, headhunters. Well, I'm going to share with you the #1 job that they are looking for and trying to get people to come on board. And I'll explain that to you, and you might be a little surprised. This is KFI AM 640. Let's check in with Jennifer.
State health officials are seeing a downturn in COVID cases. During a speech at a vaccination clinic in San Francisco yesterday, Governor Newsom says the case rate has stabilized and the number of people going to the hospital is trending down. At least 45 people have been killed in a